people are expecting the heat wave again today. Feels normal to me. Although what I do notice is a lot of the colors on the trees, like the leaves and all that, they're starting to change already. Is it going to fall already? It's good drone flying weather at least. But I guess with that in mind, in terms of drones, it was kind of interesting reading this today, how Autel and the EVO One is going to be, I guess, discontinued in terms of support anyways, because it's end of life. It says, Autel announces end of EVO One support services. As we continue striving to provide the best for our customers, we must make some difficult but necessary decisions. Today, we are announcing our end of availability and end of service timelines for the first generation of EVO model. And what, was that vehicle not happy about it either? Was that a huge honking? As of December 31st, 2021, the first generation EVO will enter its end of availability phase. This means that product and its accessories will no longer be made available for purchase to consumers. You may still find model in stock at some retailers, but all sales by Autel Robotics will be halted. And for when they will actually stop supporting it, I guess in general, it says June of 2022 is the expected time frame for the first generation EVO to enter its end of service phase. As of that time frame, we will no longer provide repair services for the model and its accessories. This estimate was calculated by taking inventory of available repair parts needed to perform services to first generation EVO units. If these parts are exhausted before the original timeline, we will update the customers accordingly. So it's expected anyways for older models to go out of phase, but this one was actually pretty fast, isn't it? I don't even think it's been quite 3 years yet, has it? Because I was actually reading some comments too, and because of that, people are actually kind of upset about that, saying it's paperweight, like what they bought, although it will still last for a while, but it makes you wonder what is an appropriate time frame for a drone company to say end of life in terms of a product. I just know in terms of, I guess, electronics and so forth, you'd expect it to last at least, I don't know, 5 years plus in terms of things like support and all. That's different in terms of being relevant, so to speak, like whether or not you should upgrade, because every situation is different. But yeah, I don't know, less than 3 years seems kind of fast, isn't it? And this was actually kind of funny in some ways in terms of, I guess, a drone, because most people would ask, hey, what's a good starter drone and all that? Maybe someone would say something like a Tello. But how about this? This one here, I just saw it, and it says, easy to build, fun to drive or fly, the Space Fighters Building Block Drone. It says this is like, what, about $29? And I was reading this spec. Doesn't it sound like it's a little sophisticated for that price? Or is it just like, I don't know, marketing, or is it actually easy to do for all you self-builders? It says here, it has a digital proportional control, 6-axis gyro and auto flight stabilization, 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth, USB port, it flies for 12 minutes, and the maximum flight range, it says, is 246.06 feet. That sounds like kind of sophisticated, isn't it, for like, I guess, a Lego type of drone? So if you actually do just want to, I guess, fly a drone for fun, would you actually get this versus, I guess, some of the more expensive ones, like the $200 ones, for example? Especially in this case where it says it auto-stabilizes, which it should be easier to fly actually, because a lot of the toys actually, they don't actually stabilize, so it's going to be a lot harder to fly compared to even like what, like the DJI or the Autel drones. And the last thing I read today, which was kind of interesting, it dealt with how here they lifted all the restrictions in terms of things like masks and so forth. But apparently a lot of businesses and stuff, they're going ahead with it anyway, saying they still require it to be mandatory. Because of that, unfortunately, there has been conflicts apparently. Like this one here, it says, Vancouver restaurant scraps masks for customers due to conflict. A popular Vancouver restaurant has done away with its mask policy, saying it's received too much pushback even when face coverings were mandated by the province. Mask use in BC went from mandatory to recommended as of July 1st. However, businesses are still able to require face coverings for customers and staff if they want to. While Bonds Off-Broadway had initially planned to continue its mask mandate for patrons and staff, it recently scaled those requirements back to only apply to staff, saying, quote, I know a lot of people who have been told to wear a mask were the ones that were super emotional and aggressive about the mask wearing and their rights and all that. So we're not actually asking people to wear a mask anymore. Not even just 10 steps from the door to the table, they would cause a scene, be really forceful, be like it's their constitutional rights. All these speeches they would do just so they wouldn't have to wear a mask. And because of that, they say it's a safety issue, so yeah, customers don't have to wear it anymore at that place. I know there's some stories, I believe, if I remember correctly, like in the US, they actually made it illegal to actually mandate some kind of like mask wearing indoors. There's just so much mixed messages, honestly, in terms of this stuff. Alright, see you guys later.